You wonder why God won't come help you? He told you before you left land, before you got in that mess. He told you, but you didn't hear. Holler at me. You didn't hear God. That's why preaching is so important. That's why when the man of God or woman of God stand up, you need to push everything out your way, because what they're telling you, you're going to need to act on it later if you want to hear God. So that when you hear God, you're going to act on it. I wonder what Reb say. I wonder what Pastor, can you tell me that again? Hell no. Now, why you say that like that? Because it's coming a day you ain't going to hear my voice. What did the dead man ask, the rich man ask Abraham? He said, send brothers, send angels, somebody from the dead to talk to my brother. He said, no. They got Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them. That's what God is saying. That's why hearing God is so important, y'all. Not from God, hearing God, defining that. You know what? The Bible says in James 1, he said, God will give you wisdom and won't upbraid. God did not laugh at me because I had that little thing over my gas tank. He didn't. He was glad. Okay, let me come get you. Like Paris is learning how to talk and pray. She said the whole Our Father prayer as 2 years old. She just turned 3. I mean, words you couldn't understand, but if you knew the Lord's prayer, if you knew the Lord's prayer, you knew what she was saying. That's a problem. You don't know what God says, and God don't know what you say. But we thought it was so cute that she was trying to say the prayer that we knew. To her, she was saying it right. But to us, because we were grown, the words weren't coming out right. But they were so beautiful to hear her try. You see your baby or your grandbaby or the little children trying to walk. You know they're not walking perfect, but it bless you because they're trying. That's the way God is. He's blessed when we try to do what he said, because he's going to help us to get stronger. He's going to help us to get stronger. But we put others down like you were perfect. I tell you what Jack Hafer said, with the fence was all the way down when we came in the kingdom. But as soon as we get in there, we don't worry about help bringing us in. We try to put the fence up there like they got to jump cross it. Some of you got to be pole vaulting to get cross. That's why we're so messed up. That's why we don't hear God. See, now I didn't have no problem with that growing up. I always challenge. As you can tell by my life, I always challenge. And that's why it wasn't easy to win me. That's why I like to do things and try things myself. So I'll know what it is. So when I challenge others, I can tell them, oh, you can do it. That's how Pastor B and I have been too much. Most of the stuff our folk you got to go through with, we've already lived through it, not heard about it, lived through it. That's the way God does. That's why God is getting you ready, teaching you how to hear his voice, not for you, but for others. So you can tell folk, no, that ain't God. Why could my mama tell me, Marion, that ain't God? You hear somebody tell you, no, don't bother that man. That's not God. You say, oh, you don't know. That's why. Because we won't let go of nothing until God does. God could have easily stopped me and said, no, Marion, that's not faith. I would have missed the lesson. He had to let me run out of gas, let me see how dumb and foolish what I was doing before I had to open up and listen to what he was saying. And even now, I admit, but not as bad.